Hello again. This is the second part of my NES collection. Again, I'm going to go through these very quickly, but I just do want to talk a little bit about them. So, here we go. I've got Excitebike. Very common game, but a great game. Kickmaster. Semi-rare, pretty decent game. You can only kick. There's some secrets to be found. It's pretty neat. There's Mechanized Attack. Here's Mega Man 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in perfect shape. Probably the best shape of all of them. And here's 6 with a kind of shitty label, unfortunately. Here's a rare game, Metal Storm. One of my rarest games. I don't have a particularly kind of crazy collection like most people, but that game cost me a little more than I'd like to admit. Metal Mech, Metroid, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, Monster Party, Paperboy, another one of my originals that actually belonged to my sister initially. Here's Phantom Fighter, Power Blade, very good game. Platformer, and Rampage. And let's cover this up and slide it over here. Gargoyles Quest 2, another pretty rare game. Probably going to cost you about $40 to $50 if you go get it. Ghost Lion. I find the girl on the cover pretty creepy. It's a very Japanese RPG. Crazy. Ghosts and Goblins, good game. Gradius, good shooter. Hydlide, kind of a terrible action RPG. Iron Sword, this is Wizards and Warriors 2. I don't have the first one, I don't believe. Here's Journey to Silius. This was actually supposed to be a Terminator game, but they lost the license, but it's a pretty darn good game. It's Mega Man-like, I will say. Kickle Cubicle, a fun little puzzle game. This is a good box. Kid Icarus, pretty common, but good game. The Guardian Legend, it's kind of a hybrid game. It's got some shooting, it's got a little bit of everything. Kirby's Adventure, got a very good deal on that game. Here's the Cryon Conquest. If you're fans of Mega Man, this is essentially Mega Man 7. Well, NES Mega Man 7, but it's not nearly as good as any of the Mega Man games. Legendary Wings, it's just Life Force, another shooter. Low G-Man, the guy that jumps high. This is, I believe, the Magic of Scheherazade. I don't know if that's correct, but that's how I say it. An odd game, I really don't know how to describe it. Here's Quantum Fighter. It's a cool game where you actually whip people with your hair, Willow Smith style. And there's Legend of Zelda, obviously. This is the last box for now. Hopefully I'll have some more later. So here's my Super Mario Bros. 3, which had been moved. Ultima Quest of the Avatar. Here's Vice Project Doom, a very inexpensive game, but a pretty decent game. It's got a couple different game modes, racing and platforming. This is probably my favorite game I've discovered on the NES since collecting. This is called Wampum. It's a platformer where you're a small, racially insensitive native kid, apparently. It's got level select, kind of like a Mega Man. It's not as intense a game as Mega Man. It's very beatable, except for the last level. The last level gets ridiculous. Here's WrestleMania, one of my original games. The Zexes, or I've never known how to say this, but whatever, you can figure out what it is. Here's Zanuck, a pretty good shooter actually. For an 8-bit shooter, it's one of the better ones I've played. I'll talk about the best one I've ever played on the next system. Here's Zelda 2, essentially, The Adventures of Link. And here is Star Tropics 2, Zoda's Revenge. So, those are all my games. I will be probably collecting some more NES, though. I don't foresee myself stopping. There's still probably about 15 to 20 games I'm targeting. I'm not going to go crazy and be a completionist, but that's not for me. I don't have that kind of money, but I do enjoy a lot of these games. It's one of the more playable systems I have. I'm kind of an 8-bit guy from the looks of things. I've tried a lot of 16-bit games. I don't mind them, but I tend to prefer the 8-bit stuff. Thanks.